WideSide Sports. Welcome into the program.
Nice.
That was so good, so high-pitched.
So good.
WideSide Sports coming at ya.
Right in the face.
Right in the face.
Right in the face.
That was the, whatever, that TikTok trend of the Santa Claus is coming. They changed the channel. On your face.
Yeah.
The amount of time wasted on TikTok for me, especially this time of year.
Yeah.
Like I'll kind of just sit in my office for a bit until the, warms up, or if I decide not to go outside for the day.
Yeah.
And just
Waste
watch.
time.
I'll just.
It sucks. It's blocked at the school.
Yeah.
And I don't know the tech guy well enough yet to like, hey, give me the admin password. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? It's like, just give it to me. Like come on. So I don't get to waste my day on TikTok, but I do have the Fire Stick in my office, so
Yeah.
I get
that works.
Yeah, I get to watch all the good stuff. They put the all the jailbreak part of it. The oh shit, the Killer of the Flower Moon is on it.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, so I'm pretty excited to sit. So is Oppenheimer, and I'm like, I don't know if I have 10 hours to watch two movies,
Yeah.
but I'm excited to watch both of them because obviously heard all the good stuff about Oppenheimer, and then the other one I'm kind of excited about, just listening to you talk about the book and everything, like, and it's got everybody. I mean,
yeah, I don't know how.
I tried to start it at school, but like
that's a tough.
I'm trying to do a lot, and I'm like, you know what, like I want to actually like know what the hell's going on.
Yeah, that's one that, because there's probably going to be so many different characters in it, like trying to keep track of the fuckery.
Yeah.
But that's one, like, I've seen plenty of like reviews, and it's either this thing is giant piece of shit.
Yeah.
This is fantastic.
Yeah. Like a lot of the, I don't know, I made fun of my wife the other day because I told her that she didn't know cinema.
such a
douchey thing, isn't it?
You just don't know cinema.
Yeah, and I said it like that too, and she just fucking shut up. But I told her, and I was like, but you don't though. Like you don't, like if it's not something. Like, I was like, you don't really have an open mind about shit.
Yeah.
Like I was like, I'll sit down and pretty much watch anything, but like I'll turn it off too if I don't like it, And I told her that, and she was just like, whatever. But I think a lot of people like won't give it a chance. Like they don't understand. Like this is a lot of story. Like this is not an action movie. Like
this is a, like, you need to pay attention here.
Yeah, and I guess I'm used to the, like, I like Quentin Tarantino and I like Guy Ritchie. Like there's a story to it. Yeah, there's some action. There's some shit happening, but it's a storyline. Like my wife hates Pulp Fiction with a passion. Yeah, and it's one of my favorite movies, if not my favorite movie. And I'm like, but you don't get it. Like everything ties to, like, this whole big giant fuckery comes together in like 3 days.
Yeah.
Like I was like, you don't get it because one, she's got like little baby ears and eyes, like, like the fucking like GIMP scene. She's like, oh my God, like what? I'm like, yeah, this is the world, dear. Like this is disgusting. Like
this is real life.
Mm-hmm. But shit like that, like she couldn't watch, like she got grossed out by like Reservoir Dogs and the guy cut the ear off.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, it's not
like that
fun,
happens.
but I'm like, these guys are bad guys. Like they're bank robbers and they kill people all the time. So I mean, stuff like that. But people don't get that this is a story. Like this is a big, and it's true.
Yeah.
Like you want to do justice to what actually happened in it. So yeah, it's probably a slow burn. And I'm
sure it is.
Yeah. I'm like, I don't expect to go into it and like murder right off the bat. Like I mean.
So I assume it's a 3-hour movie.
Yeah, I think so. I think it is. I didn't really look at the time range, but I imagine that's like the basis of any really true story anymore. And really any more, the Martin Scorsese's are at least 2.5 hours.
Well, everybody's went into that. Like you can tell those stories in movie form without being so fucking long.
You can.
And some of them, it feels like they're just making them long just because they should. It's not a good movie if it's not 3 hours. It's kind of how people feel. So I'm just trying to see how long the book was.
Yeah, I mean,
Whoops. That'll get us.
That'll get us listening
a strike.
To it.
That'll get us a strike.
We're listening to that.
It's 9 hours. It's
a 3.5 hour movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So see that to me, that movie's too long. Mm-hmm. It's a 9-hour book.
Yeah. I got you. Yeah, exactly. You're telling too much detail into this.
You're like you can trim some.
Yeah, trim some fat. Yeah, but I mean, she doesn't get like we watched. She likes like the true crime shows. Yeah, so I was like, oh, you'll love. We binge watched all the True Detective series.
Yeah,
and she's also one. And again, this is like they didn't watch a lot of TV growing up.
Right.
They didn't want, you know what I mean, and they didn't watch like if it was PG-13, I'm not sure she watched it. You know what I mean? So like she gets like freaked out about the simplest shit.
Yeah,
and a lot of it, most of the seasons, they're all different, but most of them wrap around some kind of trafficking of some sort, whether, you know what I mean, and cult stuff. And we finished it and she was like, I gotta watch something happy. I'm like, like, what'd you think? She goes, I don't know. I'm like, it's awesome. Like those, like all 3 of the seasons are fantastic. Like this is great. And we only did the season 3 because I had already seen the other 2.
Right.
And I'm like, do you want to watch season 1? I'm like, because you really like it. One, it's got Woody Harrelson and Matthew McConaughey, and it's fantastic. She's like, maybe in a couple weeks. And I'm like, what? She's like, and we woke up the next morning, and she's like, I just had dreams about kids being trafficked. I'm like, Jesus Christ! Like, you need to be an adult at some point in time. Like, it's like that shit happens, but this is a TV show.
Well, that's one too of like, hey, don't watch the Night Stalker documentary on Netflix because like
we stayed up. She wanted to watch John Wayne Gacy's.
Yeah.
She wanted to watch. So we watched it. And we were done with it. And I'm like, it was like 11:30. It was like a Wednesday. I'm like, are you ready to go to bed? She goes, I got to stay up for like another hour or 2 just to like watch something that's not that. And I'm
not that.
Okay, whatever. Like, she's like, you're going to go to bed? I'm like, yeah. Like, he's not here in our house.
Yeah. They put him down.
Yeah. And I was like, well, we're not watching the Night Stalker. She's like, why? I'm like, because I didn't like watching that one.
Because that's the one. Like, people don't understand. Like, the Night Stalker one of like
that guy didn't care.
Like, the Gacy one was, hey, it's kids, or it's this, or it's this specific thing. He was just walking down the street and goes, I think I'll just go into that house and kill everybody.
Yeah. So I was like, we're not watching.
Just random.
I'm like, well, if we watch it, we'll watch it during the day so you have time to recover.
I don't know why. It makes me feel safer if they have a program that they stick to.
Yeah, exactly. I don't fit that mold.
Usually,
I'm fine.
College-age women. Prostitutes.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But yeah, so she got to the True Detective. And the 3rd season is, I hadn't seen that one yet. I know it was good. And the 4th one's getting ready to come out in like January or something like that.
I haven't seen anything past the first one.
The second one is more, now not saying the Matthew McConaughey one was modern, but the second one is like, it's not, for some reason, it's just not as good.
Yeah.
It seems like
there's Vince Vaughn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was thinking about this. I'm like, one, like Vince Vaughn, people think him as like the funny guy. The dude plays a lot of different shit.
Yeah.
Like he's good. And I liked him as this like quiet gangster kind of thing. You know, he was kind of good in Colin Farrell, and I like him. And he played like the dirty-esque cop kind of thing. And Rachel McAdams was like the hard-ass cop who you know, didn't break the law. But to me, there was too much because it was all about like all the secrecy and like the police and like the government and like what all these people were covering up. All these high-end people were doing this and that.
Yeah.
And it got too much of the twisty and turny.
Yeah.
It was too much twisty and turny for me.
Wasn't kind of like the second Ocean 12 of like, I don't know what's going on here.
Yeah, exactly.
This is a heist movie and I don't know what's going on.
Like the first 4 episodes of the second season were like, oh, okay, I see where this was going. And like the last 4 were like, where the fuck did this turn? I didn't expect half of this shit.
Yeah.
And so it was good. Still good. I mean, you know, but the 3rd season, that Mercer Ali or whoever that is, the black dude in that one.
Pretty good.
Solid, yeah. And Steven Dorff is like his partner in it, and I've never seen him do anything that was like
where he wasn't a vampire.
Yeah, or like he wasn't like, it was like a low budget movie.
Yeah.
And he's pretty good in it, but he's not bad at anything. It's just he doesn't do high end shit.
The one that gets me with him is like he does like a lot of voiceover stuff and shit like that. You'll hear of like, I'm Steven Dorff. And he's got a cool voice.
Yeah, he's got a cool voice.
It's like, but you're coming off like you've won like 9 Oscars, and like everybody should know who you are.
Yeah.
You were in Blade.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I know him from. And he was in one of the
fucking food chain.
Yeah.
That's you.
Yeah. And I know him from that. I know him from Blade, and I know him from he was in one of the Texas Chainsaw Massacres. And that was it. Those are the only 2 things I've ever seen him in. So he's in this one. And he never has in this one he tries to be like an understanding cop.
Yeah.
He looks so fucking pissed off all the time because that's just his face. Yeah. And I'm like, I can't tell if he's being sarcastic or not.
Well, I remember when he was, remember those e-cigarettes, those blue, and he did the commercials.
Yeah.
And he's like, when I'm not acting or racing.
Yeah.
It's like him in his race uniform. I'm like, dude, what the fuck? Like, why would anybody know that you did that? You're not even really a celebrity, but you have some money and you do acting.
Uh-huh.
And then you jump in a sprint car. And race,
at Lima Land.
Yeah, I'm like, act like it's like
when I'm not
winning the fucking Cup Series.
And the one thing I remember when I saw his face in Blade, I was like, man, he looks really familiar. He was always in Britney Spears' music videos.
Was he?
I didn't realize that until I IMDb'd him, and I'm like, that's why he looks so familiar.
I don't know that I've ever seen one of Britney Spears' music videos, but
MTV as a kid in the bus, like before the bus came in the morning, is the only thing on TV.
Fucking Blade was so good.
Blade was so good. And that black dude is supposed to be Blade in like the new shit that's in.
Oh, yeah, they're supposed to be, which sounds like that's all getting shut down.
Yeah, who knows?
Because they apparently have lost a lot of money.
Yeah. Yeah, doing other bullshit.
Let's see. You've made 9 billion Marvel things in the last 2 years and can't figure out why nobody can keep up.
Oh, shit.
And like everybody's like, yeah, I just quit watching all their series. I'm like, this is, like, you're asking for a fucking commitment here. Like, I just can't watch the movies. Now I have to watch the 9 seasons of this shit that you put out, or I'm not going to understand.
Yeah.
Of like, what?
I didn't even watch the second Loki season.
I didn't either.
And I was like, I don't even want to.
Nope. I have no interest. I honestly, in any of the Marvel movies coming out, I have no. After that last Thor movie, it's like, well, all right.
I don't even like Captain Marvel, and I don't want to watch that one.
No.
Because you piss me off because she could just kill everybody, and apparently she's just like hiding.
Never comes.
Yeah.
It's like, well, why couldn't you do this? The other places need protecting. This guy is wiping out half the things in existence, and you didn't say, you know what, maybe I ought to go handle that.
Yeah.
Seeing as how I could single-handedly beat his fucking ass.
Could have killed him. Snapped his head in. Yeah. I mean, we didn't have to do any of this.
Like, you're not even. That's what always bothers me of the, like the Superman shit of like.
Yeah, when he comes, like the Zack Snyder one, when he comes in and just beats the fuck out of that dude, is like, how the hell do you lose?
Yeah.
How the hell did that one guy turn you mean?
Yeah.
Like, what did you let him do that for?
But so, like, all the shit going on in the world, like, you only protect this one city?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then in the Zack Snyder of the Batman versus Superman, obviously it's like, basically in that world, Gotham and...
Yeah. Star City. Is it Star City?
No, Star City. That's the Flash.
That's Flash.
But basically, it's like Oakland and San Francisco. With like
just the water.
Yeah, you just flew across. I can
see Gotham. Yeah.
What the fuck are we doing?
This is not what it was like.
It's like, so these 2 cities that are basically the same city, just there's a bridge that goes over water. Are protected by 2 superheroes.
Yeah. The rest of the world is
the rest of the world just like the Flash is out in like fucking Iowa.
Yeah, exactly.
Like that's where, because have you ever looked at the map of where the actual of like
it's
those
like, 2 are right beside each other, and then you got one over there.
It's like in Iowa, and it's like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah, it's weird.
I did,
and then if you go to like the Marvel ones, like there's like 4 superheroes in New York.
Yeah,
like Spider-Man, Punisher,
Daredevil.
They're all. It's like.
Daredevil only does Hell's Kitchen.
Yeah.
It's like 3 blocks.
Yeah. We can't see. Doesn't know where he's going.
That's it. No, they're over in Queens. I can't.
Yeah, I can't. Sorry. You're telling me that big Japanese fucking mob only in Hell's Kitchen?
Yeah.
Horseshit.
When that Shinzu, I think he was in New York.
Yeah. And the one guy with like, where he had to have like, he had like ED and he couldn't get his chi, whatever that guy.
Oh, he had erectile dysfunction?
I thought that's what it seemed like because he could never find it.
Iron Fist,
yeah.
I need to get my chi.
And as
soon as I punch somebody, then I can't. do anything for an hour.
Yeah.
It's like,
man, he's bad in a fight.
Reload time?
I'm tired.
Yeah, that was New York City also.
Yeah.
I'm like,
yeah. And the black dude.
Luke Cage.
Luke Cage, yeah, all New York.
And her.
And his was Harlem.
His wife.
Yeah. Luke Cage's wife.
Yeah, her show was all right.
Oh, yeah.
Jessica
Jones, yeah. All New York.
New York.
Like 6 people. 8 blocks.
Why are criminals still doing shit there?
Yeah.
Just fucking move.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Idiot. Solve that problem. There you go, Joker.
I'm going over to Jersey. Fuck you guys.
You guys. Joker, move out of Gotham, man. Go do shit on the other side of the country.
That's why I love the boys of like, she's like, yeah, you're off the 7. We're relocating you to Sandusky.
Yeah.
It's just like, you're going to go guard Cedar Point?
Shithole like Akron.
I fucking love that. Like Akron.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, guard fucking Cedar Point, man.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. Oh, man.
Your superpower works in the fucking lake.
It's a water park. Save some drowning kid. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, I mean, there's so many flaws and shit like that.
Yeah.
And it's just funny. It's funny to point them out.
Like if you fucking do anything you want in the southern part of the country.
Yeah,
like
nobody's in Texas.
Fucking nobody's in Texas.
Yeah.
Nobody's in Florida. Just
well,
go.
they're like Florida. They do weird shit anyway.
Yeah.
We don't want any part of Florida.
Like, they're not protecting that.
No. Speaking of Florida, we'll go into the.
Hold on one sec before you go into that. I was going to tell you because I don't think I've watched a couple weeks ago. I don't think I told you about it. That Renfield.
Yeah, you did tell me that.
Okay.
Yeah, you told me last week. You told me last week. Yeah.
I couldn't remember if I told you that. But
yeah,
it was
you said it wasn't bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. Said it was kind of funny.
Yeah.
But no, the Florida thing with the whole big scoop is the Florida State now making the playoffs.
Right.
Okay. They won undefeated. Great. Good season. If anybody has ever watched the football in the last 3 weeks, I always do it like this. If there's a debate for any of the spots, how do you think they would match up head to head?
Yeah.
That's the way I would do it in my own mind if I was on that committee. If you think that Florida State would beat Alabama right now, you're an idiot.
Yeah.
You're an idiot. You're an absolute idiot. There's no way in hell Florida State would beat Alabama. Florida State is a targeting call away from losing to Florida.
Yeah.
Who is
also had a backup quarterback.
Yes. 4 or 5 wins.
Yeah.
And then they struggled. They beat Louisville, who had then lost to Kentucky the week before. And Kentucky gets blown out by any good SEC team ever. So the people are like, they went undefeated. I don't give 2 shits.
Yeah.
If you went undefeated. I'm sorry. I understand they had a really good season. Those kids, the guys on the team, great. Not taking anything away from you, man, but you are not one of the top 4 teams. I don't even think they're a top 4 team if Jordan Travis plays.
No.
Because they're 3 missed tackles away from getting beat by Clemson.
Yeah. Well, that's all right. If you are in school at Florida State currently, if you are a player or a player's family or a coach or coach's family, you can be pissed and scream your lungs out.
Uh-huh.
Outside of that, no, I don't want to hear
Shut up.
What do we play the games for? And then I'll tell you what doubly pissed me off. Well, Ohio State had a 3rd-string quarterback. Like they won 59-0.
Yeah. Yeah.
59-0.
59-0. They don't get in if they don't beat them like that.
Your quarterback threw for 50 yards.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I mean,
and again, let's say you do put them in. All right. Michigan would beat the fuck out of Florida State. It would be embarrassing. Why would you want to get your ass stomped like that? Why would you want to get your ass stomped like that?
My biggest problem is that they put them 5.
Yeah.
So you're saying they're not good enough to be in top 4, which I agree.
Yes.
You're saying they're better than Georgia?
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. That's what I was like.
If you want to rank it, if you're going to say, here's the rankings on who's the best, they should have been like 9.
Yeah.
There's not a team in the top 10 that they beat.
No, the Oregon's better than them.
100%.
Oregon's, I don't care if they have 2 losses. Again, the undefeated season is fantastic. And again, not taking anything away from Florida State and what they were able to accomplish, because it's hard to go undefeated.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
But again, you are not a good football team.
Yeah.
You win and you find ways to win. I get it. It's nice. It's great. But you're not a top 4 team in the country. You know what I mean? You're not.
Georgia has a better beef.
Yes. Yeah.
Georgia can make a beef that should be in it over Texas.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, that's. I think they got it right with the 4 teams that are in it. Me personally.
Yeah.
I really do. Now, I after that, I know we talk about this every fucking year. At least Georgia and Florida State are playing each other, but only because it worked out that way.
The way it should be is, the fact that Ohio State's playing fucking Missouri.
I know.
But you want to do it the way you did it? Florida State plays Georgia, Ohio State and Oregon are playing.
Oh, yeah.
Why wouldn't you just throw them in the... I mean, that's the way it would work out when you said, we need to protect the bowls.
Yeah, that's right.
That's what it would have been.
Oh, my God. Could you imagine that? Imagine... What would that have been? Was it the Rose Bowl?
Yeah.
Imagine that in the Rose Bowl.
Well, actually, no, it wouldn't have been this year because it's...
because of the way whatever it works. But still, are you shitting me? That would have been a great fucking game. The Florida-Georgia game only works out because it's the ACC and the SEC play each other.
Well, and the thing is when they say, well, we still got to try to protect these bowl games. It's like, but you don't even give good bowl matchups.
No.
And you wonder why people don't fucking watch.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Like, you had to give Missouri a bowl. And you put them in with Ohio State because Ohio State fans are going to fucking watch. Mm-hmm. And Missouri didn't have any fans.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
yeah.
I mean...
And half the Ohio State's team left. So
the fact that Ohio State and Georgia aren't playing each other.
Dude, that's the one I would have wanted to see.
I don't understand why it's like, hey, we got our pick of the first New Year's Six Bowl. Yeah, it's Ohio State and Georgia.
Yeah.
Fucking Florida State can get beat by Missouri.
Yeah, let them go play.
No big deal.
No. Yeah, that would have been fun to watch. The Oregon-Ohio State game would have been fun to watch.
Yeah.
Been a great game to watch.
Now it will be funny when Georgia beats Florida State by fucking 30.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Of like, what are we fucking talking about?
If you're Georgia, that's the only thing you're thinking about is beating the fuck out of Florida State and seeing
You think your schedule means something over the SEC?
Yeah, exactly.
Fuck you.
Fuck you, dude. Yeah, it'll be good.
But that was, great games.
Yeah.
I loved it. I think I picked Washington to win.
You did.
Yeah.
Yeah, you did.
And I never understood why Oregon was such a, it's like Washington didn't have a fucking chance. Like, what do you guys?
Yeah.
Like, everybody was like, oh, it's fucking 10. They're going to blow them out.
Yeah.
I'm like,
I won some money on that game because I picked the points.
What are we talking about here? Yeah. At anything, the worst case, there was never going to be a blowout. And actually, I thought it was going to be a blowout, and I think it was going to be Washington blowing them out.
Yeah, I mean, Oregon made that third quarter run there.
Yeah.
The right before kickoff, I was just checking my bets. I put one in before and that 2 hours before game time. About a half hour before kickoff, it went up to 10.5.
Got to take that.
Yeah, I'm like, phew. I already had it at 9.5. But I'm like, why the hell is it 10.5? It was a touchdown game or whatever it was. It came down to the wire.
Yeah.
Oregon missed. It was a 1-point game the first time around. Oregon misses a field goal to win. If Oregon doesn't go for that on the fourth down, they probably end up winning that game.
Well, and that's the thing, too, of
10.5, stupid.
Obviously, I didn't watch a lot of Oregon games because it's just not on TV all that much.
And it's at like 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's one of those things of like, I feel the same way about Oregon after watching them against Washington for the second time of like, their defense got credit the way Ohio State's did. You held nobody to 3 points.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what? I understand you're scoring points and your defense was being aggressive.
Yeah.
Of like, but like it was against nobody.
Yeah. But again, they have the same issue that Georgia has sometimes is they give up the big play a ton.
Yeah.
Because they are so aggressive.
Yeah.
And when you play like Penix, if he doesn't win Heisman, I feel like there's an issue. No, don't be wrong. JT Daniels probably does win it.
Yeah.
And he has great numbers. I mean, he matches Burrow's numbers from his Heisman year, which is fantastic. But that kid has played his ass off and put his team in the playoffs. And if you're going to argue that, if you're one of the people who are mad that Florida State's not, and you should be one of the people that are mad that Penix isn't going to win the Heisman because it's the same thing. You're good enough to put your team into the playoffs. He should win the Heisman.
And all I think about is when Derrick Henry won the Heisman of just what all the voters in the South did.
Yeah.
Like Christian McCaffrey, they didn't even put him on their ballots.
Yeah.
It's like, okay.
Yeah.
And that's fine. If you want to vote for Derrick Henry, that's fine.
Yeah.
But you can't tell me the kid's not top 3.
Oh, shit.
I mean, you can't tell me he's not 2, but 3, but not even in your top 5.
Yeah.
Of like,
makes no sense.
And that's how he finished second is because that's one of those ones with the Heisman committee of like, hey, if you do shit like this, we're just taking your ballot.
Well, it's an issue, and and this is just an example. It's an issue everywhere, and I go to our state, our all-state kids got released this week. Okay?
Yeah,
like in the last 3 days, all the divisions got released. In my division, there was a kid in our conference who was an all-state linebacker.
Yeah.
Okay. He was the 8th voted linebacker in our conference voting.
Yeah.
So the media knows nothing.
Yeah.
They see a kid, they know a kid, they tell everybody else, go vote for that kid.
Yeah.
That's how it works.
Yeah.
It's stupid. It makes no sense. It's the dumbest thing in the fucking world.
And that's like, I don't agree with Desmond Howard on a lot of shit, but he does bang that drum.
Yeah.
And obviously because he has a vote because he won the fucking award of like, there's too many people voting on this. You need to knock it down. The fact that there's 1,000 voters.
Yeah, that's crazy.
There's not 1,000 people watching college football that write
that
fucking
care
articles.
that much. Yeah.
But it should, get it down to winners and people that actually cover the sport.
Yeah.
Not just cover a team. Like,
yes.
It's like
your major network guys.
Well, and obviously the state we work in, and I'm sure. Well, your buddy knows guys that have votes. They're voting for Marvin Harrison.
Yeah, exactly.
And he is not the Heisman winner. He didn't have a great fucking year.
I
mean,
no,
and it's not his fault.
No.
But
yeah, he's not.
He's not a Heisman winner.
His name got him up there, and his reputation got him on the list. I mean, that's his.
He's not even the leading. He's not even top 3 leading receivers.
No, the dude from Washington and the dude from Florida State is.
I think the dude from LSU has more than him.
Oh yeah, he might. Yeah, I forgot about him. Yeah, so I mean, it's there's a big issue
any
everywhere.
Vote comes out of Ohio, it's going to have him number 1.
100%.
What are we doing?
Yeah, the the way that worked out, like Michigan fans got to be pissed off that they threw Alabama. Like they got to be mad.
Boy, that was a tough look when they that shot that comes out and they're like that. I mean, they have the right to have that thought because boy, you're hoping Florida State's there so you can just kind of scratch that in. We're going to a national championship game.
Yeah, it's a little bit of an easier game.
Now we got a fucking game.
Now we got a fucking game. You're missing your best offensive lineman. He's done. You know what I mean? You have your linebacker. I don't know if he's going to be back and being able to play in a month or whatever, but still, it's like missing some dudes.
Yeah.
Your offense isn't as high octane as what you may think it is. You're going to find that out.
Yep. Well, that's just one of those of like the matchup wise, though. Everybody matches up against each other. They're like Texas struggles against the pass, and you're playing against the best passing offense in the country.
Yeah.
And I don't know what, Bama gives up some passes, and we'll see where Michigan's at. But Bama doesn't really strengthen stuff like that. They're just a good team.
Yeah,
it's not a real. Nothing fancy about it.
I think Michigan is going to struggle the most in the area of they have not faced a running quarterback all year. And they have designed runs for this guy.
Yeah.
So they're going to have, you know what I mean? It's tough to defend a running quarterback.
You just can't.
Yeah. So
because the numbers don't match.
And so that's going to be their biggest struggle.
Yeah.
And, their inside front 4 dudes are good.
Yeah.
They're not going to run there.
No.
I mean, they're going to put Milroe on the out. Oh, yeah, they will.
But
yeah, it's like,
see ya.
Good job. Way to crash down on that dive. I'm just going to go pull it and run around the end here. It's
that's the one thing I hate, and I'm glad that it's over after this. Of like the fact that you got to wait a fucking month to see these games. Of like Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I know it's dumb.
Let's just get into it.
Yeah, get right into it. It's it'll be. I mean, I'm glad it's the last year. It'll be a lot better next year when you have the 12 in, and it's a little bit more exciting, and that selection Sunday won't come down to all the bitching and stuff like that. You'll know when you're in,
Because that's my thought is too of like we've banged on this drum for a while of people like, well, it's just going to make the regular season not mean as much. It's like, well, it means too much because Georgia lost a game, Ohio State lost a game, and there was no debate that neither of those teams had a debate to get in.
No, they didn't.
They just didn't.
No,
But the weird thing is Ohio State loses to what is now the number one team in the country.
Mm-hmm.
But if they would have lost on the road to Notre Dame and beat Michigan, they'd be in.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's just, what are we doing?
It does mean too much.
It's too much.
Yeah. Yep. No, I agree with that. But it'll be interesting. It's interesting now because those games are now played on New Year's Day because Christmas Eve or New Year's Eve falls on a Sunday, and that's the NFL day. So it's kind of funny how the days work and stuff like that. And I can't remember if I've really been an adult and cared about like the NFL or anything like that, and it's been on a Sunday. Like New Year's Eve has been on a Sunday because I'm like, I get to watch football all day. Like, this is fantastic. You know what I mean? It's going to start at 1 and get to end at night, and usually I'm just waiting all day till the night games on college, and I'm like, hey, here we go.
And they'll be shocked at how big their numbers are going to be for the playoff because it was the first year it worked out that way that New Year's Day was the day of that's when it's supposed to happen. College football happens on New Year's Day.
Yes. Yeah, it'll be awesome. I'm excited because it's two back-to-back days of football. It's fun.
But then talk about this state, man, freaking out because everybody's leaving Ohio State.
Yeah.
It's the same amount of people that leave every year. Yeah. Kyle McCord thing was shocking. But like just of how quickly it happened.
I think that's why I'm shocked. I think that's why I'm shocked because it did happen so fast.
Yeah. He was obviously told you're not starting next year.
Yeah. No, obviously. And Ryan Day, I mean, you never know what goes on after the season, especially after a tough loss like that. But the fact that, as a player, it's tough to hear, but you got to appreciate that he let you know now.
Well, it's one of those ones where he's got to go in and ask of like, hey, am I going to be the starter next year? And if you have to go ask that, the question. Because like between a sophomore and junior year, C.J. Stroud wasn't walking in there and saying, hey, am I going to be the starter next year? It's like,
he's going to be the starter. Yeah.
Now I'm interested on who it's going to be.
Yeah.
Everybody's like, well, Aaron Nolan's coming. It's like, he ain't starting as a fucking true freshman. That shit ain't happening.
No, there's no way. That's tough.
It's either Keinholz or Keenholz.
Yeah.
However you pronounce it.
I think it's Kine.
I like to think so, but I've heard it both ways. But
I mean, I don't know. I would want to see who starts at the bowl game. That's going to be more interesting. Is it Devin Brown or is it Keinholz?
Yeah, because the whole year, I think we talked about this last week, of like, it's very obvious that Ryan Day wanted Brown to be the starter. He just couldn't show that he could throw a fucking pass.
Yeah, he was bad at it.
Because that's the other, like, with McCord of like, hey, the way the offense is right here, of like, boy, it'd be nice if you could run 4 times a game.
That's it.
But he can't.
No, he can't. He's bad at it.
And he's not great at throwing. He's okay.
He's okay.
But also that offense isn't for him. So I think it's that Keinholz, I think you got to, because I think if Devin Brown didn't do it this year, if he couldn't win that job, then buddy, you ain't.
Yeah, you're not winning in that. Yeah. Now, not to say they won't have packages for him, because I'm sure they will, because you don't know what Keinholz can do.
No. But Keinholz is kind of that mix of, he's supposed to, obviously he's mobile and is supposed to be able to throw.
Yeah.
But also 18 years old.
Yeah.
So
I mean, I watched, there was a couple clips of him in high school that got circulated again. Yeah. Throws a nice ball, but it's high school again. It's not, it's not a bowl game.
Yeah.
It's your first start in a bowl game, you know? The other one with all the other guys, like the only other one that I thought was shocking that, 2 of them that I thought were shocking that entered the portal. One was the Carrico kid, the linebacker.
Yeah.
Like all those linebackers are leaving. Like they're seniors.
Yeah.
So what?
There's obviously a linebacker.
That's what I'm saying. There's obviously one that we don't know about that's coming up. And 2 was the Martinez kid, the safety.
Yeah.
Like, you played a lot. Like, is there another one coming up? But like the receivers who left, that doesn't shock me because the room is packed.
Yeah.
The room is packed.
Like Fleming, he's got 1 year left, and he's not going to be the one guy.
No,
but he can go to some school and be the one.
But he's also saw the writing on the walls, like they're going to play these younger guys.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't they? There's a ton of them in there. So I don't.
And I keep dropping it every time they pass.
Exactly. So no, the receivers that are leaving, you see it all the time.
Everybody that left didn't get any playing time.
No, it's not a big deal. They're leaving because 1, it's a trend right now.
Yeah.
To enter the portal.
Yeah.
And 2, you're seeing the writing on the wall. Like if I didn't get the starts now, then the reps now, then I'm not getting them next year.
No.
So it is what it is. Don't freak out, people. It'll be okay.
Yeah. It's hey, you know what happened last year? The same amount of people went in the portal.
Yeah.
It's all guys that.
Yes.
Hey, they saw the writing on the wall of I'm not as good as that kid. I need to go play.
Yeah.
That's fine.
It's fine. It happens.
You know what's going to happen? The same amount of people are going to leave Alabama, and the same amount of people are going to leave Michigan.
Yeah.
It's just, fuck, the one backup quarterback entered for Alabama.
Yeah.
For lacrosse.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Nobody sees any of that going on. Notre Dame had like 5 people go.
Yeah. It's just what it is.
Yeah.
And if they're it's not like your top guys are leaving. These are guys that were probably going to be backups next year.
Yeah.
And Fleming, he's had injuries and stuff like that. And hey, we got these 5 stars that were freshmen this year that they're gonna play.
Plus the star ranking system is BS anyway.
Yeah, you have to, if you don't go to
the camps and shit like that, you don't get ranked. I mean, it's
like you get guys that as a junior they were 5 stars, so they didn't go to camps their senior year, so now they're 3 stars.
Yeah, I think it's dumb.
And I think Ohio State's getting too many 5 stars.
Yeah.
But you get some 3 stars that want to fucking do something.
That we don't want to leave after 2 years. Yeah. I mean, I want to work.
I liked what Bobby Carpenter said. He goes, how about you get some guys from Ohio that maybe want to play for their state school?
Yeah. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Have a little pride because you're letting your Mr. Ohio go to Michigan.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you don't have any running backs. Your backup is a transfer linebacker.
Yep.
And Mayan Williams entered the draft. And
the backup running back entered the portal.
Train him?
Yep.
He did?
No, not train him. Who's the other one?
Yeah, you're talking about.
Yeah.
Kind of came in spellingly every once in a while.
Yeah, that was like a freshman or whatever. Yeah, he left.
Okay, well, let's see. Yeah, you don't have a running back. And you let that guy go.
Yeah.
That guy Mr. Ohio wasn't good enough to play for you, but he's good enough to run behind that wall up in Michigan.
Yeah, because Michigan doesn't have any running backs. What are we talking about?
They're not good at running the football.
But that is that's a discussion to be had of like, boy, you are so tight on these pieces, but you don't have a core of anything of like especially in the trenches, like a lot of from Ohio kids that are playing at some big time schools on the offensive line and defensive lines.
Yeah.
A lot.
Yeah.
And one thing I didn't notice either as I was looking through their recruiting, it's obviously they're number 2 in recruiting this year again. I didn't see any interior defensive linemen on that list. It's all fucking edge rusher, and the one guy listed as defensive line is fucking, 6'5", 260 of like.
That's an end.
You're not. I don't know why you're not being listed as edge.
Yeah.
Because that's obviously what you are.
Yeah.
And then you look at Georgia of like, their top two out of their top 5 of like the guy's face takes up the whole fucking picture. Of like, that's, those massive run stuffers that they keep putting in the league.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's it. Yeah. God, I that is the one thing that drives me fucking nuts is the self scouting and the self awareness of something's missing. Why aren't you trying to find what's missing? Okay, yes. The fact that you got so upset that an 85-year-old said that you guys weren't tough, it's not that he doesn't think those kids are tough kids.
Yeah.
It's that you're out-physicaled in a lot of games.
Yeah.
That's all it is. Because you don't have guys that can handle physicality. You have skill.
You're a finesse club.
That is, watch, and I like to go to like the NFL, okay? You can tell the finesse teams to the physical teams.
Yeah.
Okay? The Tennessee Titans have 5 wins because they are a physical football team. They are a horrendous football team.
Oh, my God.
They are so bad.
And they beat the fuck out of the Bengals when they...
But they're a physical football team. A physical one. They know what they can do. You look at a lot of those teams. The Ravens are a physical football team. The Steelers have 8 wins because they are a physical football team, not because they're finesse. There's not a ton of skill there. They are a very, very physical football team. The Texans right now are on an uptrend because they are a physical football team. Because that's the game.
Yeah.
Physicality is the game. And when you try to finesse too much, you get beat by running teams.
Yep.
Like Michigan. Physical.
When you can't get the ball back.
Yeah. Yeah, 8-minute drive.
When you knew they were going to run it.
Yeah.
And you needed a stop.
You couldn't get it because you don't have those dudes. And it's a special kind of dude, though.
That's the most upsetting thing to me about the whole Ohio State thing is, especially in college, like, you allot your scholarships, you're recruiting. The fact that, like, for 6-7 years that our defense has been fucking garbage.
Yeah.
is
and that was a staple.
What is that was the thing.
That was the thing.
But now all of a sudden, since you just recruit a bunch of 5-star wide receivers, we don't get defensive players anymore. I don't understand that, because the other sense. Not to say that we're the same as Georgia and Alabama, but they do. They still get defensive guys.
You are the same, because Ohio State is on this recruiting wise. You're on the same levels. Then you're one of 4 teams who's won a college football playoff championship.
Right.
So you're one of
9
those.
fucking years ago.
It doesn't matter, but you're still one of them. But you are still one of them.
I understand.
You've only missed it twice.
Yeah.
In the existence of it.
Yeah.
And one of them, you had a better team the next year.
Yeah.
You just have to fucking drop the ball against Michigan State.
Yeah, we ran it 12 times.
Yeah.
In a rainstorm.
Got beat fucking 14-17 or something like that. Yeah. So I mean, it's a physical game, and that's what what he's talking about, toughness.
Yeah.
You're not, because you don't have those guys.
Yeah. When it's 3rd down and 3 and they're going to run it up the middle, can you stop them?
No. You can't.
That's the game.
Yeah.
But I'm excited for the playoff, though, because it's going to be exciting. Because they're a good game. It's the first time where it's there might be a blowout. I mean, not saying. But it's the first time going into a playoff, probably since the first one.
Yeah.
Where you weren't
last year I kind of thought that. I didn't think there was going to be a blowout last year.
Yeah,
if anything, we thought Michigan was going to blow out TCU.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. But, it was that. Usually going into it is if it had been Florida State, it'd be nobody's going to watch this game because it's not a game.
Yeah, we're going to wait for the night game when it's a good one.
But it's, that first year, it was, being Florida State they kind of snuck in.
Yeah.
They still had Jameis and stuff, and they were coming off a national championship, but it was it's the same team, but they just keep sneaking by.
Yeah, I mean that one was a blowout, and everybody would have thought that the Bama was going to blow out Ohio State. That would have been the blowout game, right? Yeah, it's interesting, and it'll be fun to watch, because you're going to see. It's going to be exciting, and the Washington-Texas game is going to be exciting because you put up points.
Yeah,
that's always exciting. Yep. The Michigan-Alabama game, I think, is going to be for the football nerds out there. You're going to see a lot of technical stuff. You're going to see a lot of the. What I call your game managing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We're going to run the football. We're going to play defense. It's not going to be the 60-point over. You know what I mean? It's going to, I would assume the over for that game's 48.5.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah. And you see a lot of it, because when you were saying he's coming back, that Arch Manning's going to enter the transfer portal, it's I don't feel like that's a thing.
No.
But that'd be one, the Mannings are so cerebral, but they're SEC people, and obviously Texas coming to the SEC, it would have been because he's going to get an opportunity just because he's Manning.
Mm-hmm.
But to send him to an Ohio State of hey, maybe playing in some elements would be, kind of learning how to play in the cool. Because if your goal is to play in the league, it's just going to happen. You're going
to,
and you can tell in the NFL of when a team comes up and they got a bunch of guys that never played in the fucking cold. It's hey, we don't want to be here.
No. Don't want to get, it's cold.
Yeah.
I don't want to get hit. Do that. Yeah.
But NFL was, it was kind of on Sunday.
Sunday, yeah.
Because mainly of the Steelers game, the local game, because I didn't pay.
Steelers get beat by the Cardinals. Jesus.
And it wasn't even a fucking game. I mean, obviously they had 9 weather delays.
Mm-hmm.
But that helped out, because when they went to weather delays, they brought on the Texans Broncos game of fucking Russ cooked.
Oh man.
The fact that Houston won that game. It's not like Houston played terrible.
No.
It's just that what are you doing? That last interception of
dude, throw it out of bounds. You have another down.
Another down. That guy's not open.
You could tell that everybody was not on the same page.
Yeah.
Take the delay of game.
Yeah, they weren't.
Take the delay of game.
You snapped the ball and the receivers were still talking.
Yeah. He wasn't even, and Sean Payton came out and was about that. He's he goes, it was a fucking mess. He called it a chaos and everything. He owned it, right? And he was the dude that they threw it to was the, he was the decoy in the progression. He was number 4 in the progression, but everybody was I'm that's where you just throw it away, dude.
Yeah.
Or take the delay of game and move back 5 yards and you fight another down. Yeah. It was, I mean, 3 picks, 2 picks that were the one ended the game, but the 2 picks led to 13 points, 10 points, and then the personal foul, fucking dumbass linebacker.
Yeah.
God, it would have been 4th and 7. They would have kicked the field goal. You would have been fine. Like, what the hell are you doing? Instead, they go.
It's a quarterback.
It's quarterback.
I mean,
they're going to protect that fucker no matter what.
Can't fucking touch him.
Can't touch him. Can't touch him. Nah, dumb. Stupid shit like that. But they've been doing, the problem is, they've been doing that shit all year. They get a personal foul with a hitting or something dumb like that, but they've been able to overcome it. And, the Texans, they did a good job with pressure. Now, I think they only sacked Russ once, but they were in his face.
Around.
They were in his face a lot. And he just, the one pick over the middle, he underthrew Sutton. I mean, he put some air on that one. It's not pig. You know what I mean? It was just, he had him open. Just needed to throw him a little bit more open.
That was, I was listening to Lombardi today, and he said that was classic Russ and what the Denver's been trying to avoid of you can't get behind because if we have to put Russ in this position, he's going to turn it over.
And exactly.
Got to play from the lead. Got to play from the lead.
And it's not even, I struggle with not play calling, but situational play calling. The touchdown to cut it to 6 or something like that scored in 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Because we ran the ball, hit him with a play action over the top.
Yeah.
Like what? I mean, I know that was the game plan the whole time because that's what we've been doing, but there was only one other over the top shot all game. Yeah. And it should have been a pass interference. I don't even know if that was on TV yet. But they do the same exact thing. They throw it to him, and I mean, the guy clearly runs into him, but it was a close call. It's pass interference. It should have. I mean, it's called any other time, But it's like, why wasn't this? This should have been the formula all game because those corners couldn't stay with them. I mean, it is what it is. They're not out of the playoff. A lot of people lost.
A lot of shit going on in the AFC. Yeah. Well, I mean, of the 10 quarterbacks out, 8 of them are in the AFC.
Yeah. So I mean, they were a 1 game out last week going to the Texans game. They lost. Now they're only still 1 game out. So and they have a pretty favorable schedule. Yeah. Your toughest game is the Lions in 2 weeks, and they're gettable. Yeah. They're gettable. You just gotta. I mean, their passing attack is crazy good for some odd reason, but it is. They got dudes everywhere. So I'm not. Take care of the Chargers this weekend. You'll probably still split with them. I'm thinking if they can go 10-7. They win out, they're definitely in because I don't see the Browns sustaining wins, and I don't see. Boy, now all of a sudden like the Browns defense fucking sucks. Yeah, like they can't stop anybody. Yeah, like the Colts and the Steelers, I think they'll take care of themselves. One, they play each other. Yeah, so one of them's losing that game. They still play the Colts still play the Texans again, and then they play the Ravens too. Yeah, and the Steelers still have to play the Ravens again. So I think those will take care of themselves. Miami's a fucking gauntlet to go through. Jesus Christ. And I'm going to tell you, I didn't plan on being up till midnight on Monday. Yeah. But if the Bengals defense wasn't so terrible, I think they make the playoffs. Mm-hmm. He looked fucking phenomenal. Yeah. Now, take out the two wide receiver passes that were thrown. You threw the first one for a 7-yard rush. Fuck it, let's do it again. Pick. Yeah. And I don't know what the hell Tyler Boyd was looking at. Of like, and the funny thing is like when they brought out like the all 22 shot of that, 30 yards down the field, Jamar Chase standing all by himself. It's like if you'd have just went like that and looked, wide open. But it was like. Just fucking, let me just fucking toss this over here. Yeah. No, I mean, he looked good. He lost me money. So he went, was he fucking like 32 of 37 for 350? Yeah. I mean, and they ran the ball. Yeah. Well, I had another one. Did you? Well, I would have. Oh. Fucker. I had his over-under of passing yards was 280 or 265. I'm like, there's no, I know the Jaguars pass defense isn't good, but there's no way he throws for 265. It was an 818 win for $10. Yeah. My parlay. I hit everything. but that I hit the under.
Yeah.
I picked him for the under, and he fucking throws 350. I'm like, motherfucker.
Fuck, he almost had that in the first half.
I know.
I don't know if he threw an incompletion in the first half.
The first half, he was at, because I checked before I went to bed, and he was at 190, and I'm like, fuck, he's going to get it.
Yeah.
He's going to fucking get it. And I hit everything.
He hit a fucking 75-yard touchdown pass.
Yep. And I was like, God damn
on
it.
a 3rd and 2. I was like, that's a call they make when Joe Burrow's quarterback and not when this guy's going. I mean.
Yeah, I was like, God damn it. Fucker.
But yeah, it was. I don't know what the deal is with their defense is old and young at the same time.
Yeah,
like the back end is incredibly young, and you can watch that happen of like, hey, it's 3rd and 10, and this guy ran a 12-yard out, and there was nobody within 15 yards of him. Of like, what are we doing here?
Mm-hmm.
But it's just, their defense is going to, because that's the thing, like you watch that and you go, I'll tell you what, that beating the Bills could come in fucking handy.
Yeah.
Because, you look at the Bengals, they get 3 more wins.
They're in there. They're in the hunt there.
They're right there.
Right back in it.
And you have that over the Bills.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think the Steelers are going to.
Yeah, they're going to fall off.
They're going to fall off because now they got to play.
They got to play.
Kenny Pickett's out for at least 2 weeks.
Yeah, Trubisky, he's not a winner.
In Indianapolis. I mean, Cincinnati plays Indianapolis this week. Yeah. Like, you're right.
I need the Bengals to win that game.
It looks like the Browns are
on a trend
falling off.
The 3 teams that are in those 3 spots right now, I don't think stay there.
No.
Indy, I don't think. I know for a fact, I cannot imagine that Cleveland. Pittsburgh, to me, is about the only one of the 3 that has a chance.
Yeah.
If they get Pickett back. Because I don't think if Trubisky's there for long term,
that's a problem. I
don't think that they get there. I think they could do that with Pickett. Obviously, he's not great, but he's better than Trubisky, or Trubisky would be starting. But I don't see the Colts sustaining a lot of wins. I mean, you almost drop one to the Texans.
Yeah.
If they could fucking tackle, you lose that game.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, honestly.
But I'll tell you what, though, in that game, Will Levis is fucking terrible at quarterback. But when you throw a pick and then make the tackle and force a fumble and recover it yourself, I mean,
badass
for a first down.
Yes,
like, that's
crazy,
fucking something.
Crazy.
You're not great at quarterbacking.
Mm-hmm. See,
but then again, you're a little young to be doing that.
Yeah,
but
I don't think he's going to be bad.
No,
they don't have, and I think this is Vrabel's biggest issue is. They just keep it's like a Steelers thing. They just keep hiring guys within, and it's like he has a thing that he wants to do, which is great,
which is fine.
But like you got to kind of evolve a little bit.
Well, it's one of those things of, and I prefer that. Like, hey, this is the offense we run. Mm-hmm. I'm not hiring an offensive coordinator to come run their offense. You can make tunes to my offense, but his problem is Derrick Henry's not Derrick Henry anymore.
No,
of like. Your offense based around that guy.
Yeah.
And there's not another one of those. Like, he's a one of one.
And
like,
he's not him anymore.
Yeah,
like,
he's just not it.
Yeah, I mean, he's beat down a little bit.
Yeah.
But that's where I think it kind of needs to evolve. And if he doesn't throw it to Hopkins, it doesn't seem like it gets completed.
Yeah.
So, stuff like that, where if you kind of just evolve it into more, not necessarily modern, but just some different attacks, you get some misdirection, stuff like that. And that and they'll be better. I think Levis has some skill because he doesn't throw the ball bad.
Yeah,
and he's huge. I didn't realize he was that fucking big till he was standing next to Derrick Henry, and I'm like, oh, he doesn't look that small.
Yeah, it's just one of those ones of you got to get him out of the rookie stuff of like, hey, just manage the game because that's such a bad term. Well, he's a game manager.
Mm-hmm.
Like, no, that's what you're supposed to do as a quarterback.
Yeah,
you're supposed to manage the game.
Mm-hmm.
I don't need you to make all the plays. I just need you to make the right play.
Yeah,
but until they figure out their run game. And obviously, their offensive line has been in tatters.
Yeah.
So their fucking punter got murdered twice. Obviously, they fired their special teams guy. Like, you can't have 2 in one game and to the point where it fucking hurts the.
You didn't make any adjustments?
Yeah.
Yeah. You didn't bring an extra blocker in? Yeah. Something?
Just kick it the fuck out of bounds. I mean, whatever.
Dude. Yeah. No, so I don't see that those 3 teams, again, only if Pickett comes back, and if not, I don't see those 3 teams staying where they're at.
Yeah. Because I think it's Bengals-wise, being a Bengals fan, or you being like, you get the 9 wins, you feel okay. Like, hey, we got to, we're here.
I think that's the lowest it could ever be.
Yeah.
And that's that's pushing it. That's pushing it.
I think you get to 9 wins. Like there's going to be some.
Yeah.
Like you're going to be tied for it, and then it's just going to be dependent on how it went.
The only bad part is, you have the win over if you're Denver, you have the win over the Browns, which helps, and you didn't play the other two,
right?
Which sucks, but you beat the Bills, so if they ever start to win some games, you got that one over them. You know, if you could. The problem is Denver. You play the Chargers, and it's a division game, so you seem to somebody always splits. And that's the bad part. And then you got the Lions. You know, it's not a hard schedule by any means, but it's like if you're playing from behind again, you're going to struggle because Russ does turn the ball over. Even the games where he made some great throws and some great comebacks, he always seemed to screw up somewhere.
Yeah. And from the Bengals side of it, hey, everybody in front of you is on your schedule.
Yeah, beat them. You're fine.
They got to play the Browns. They got to play the Steelers again. Obviously, they already lost to the Texans.
Yeah.
But
you play the Colts.
Of like, it's all right there. Now you got to play the Chiefs, but then again, they might be sitting. Who knows? Because they're not going to get the 1 seed. So as soon as they clinch their division and can't get the 1 seed, okay.
Yeah.
So you might get that just as a gift at the end of the season. You know?
Yeah, exactly. They may just sit everybody.
Yeah. Makes it interesting as much of it'd be nice to have a higher draft pick, but also, win.
And I'll say this. If Trevor Lawrence is out for long term, you could see the Jags fall off a little bit.
I thought it was fucking over for him when I watched that happen.
When they helped him up and then he fell right back down, I was like, that's not good. He
tore. Obviously, the way he got stepped, I thought, one, you broke your ankle, and then bent over, you also may have tore your ACL.
Yeah.
Of like, and then everybody the next day of like, well, actually, I was on Twitter as they were showing that shot of him walking, trying to walk down the hallway. Twitter was like, hey, can we get this guy a fucking cart and get him back here? What are we fucking doing?
I saw a tweet. It was
like 25 minutes later, he's still walking to the locker room.
It said the Jaguars' cart guy, and it was the gif of Austin Powers with like the cart in the small hallway.
But it was like,
yeah.
And I assume it's him of like, no, I'll walk. I don't want the cart. I'll walk. Of like, but once you get in the facility, you're no longer walking off the field. Let's get you to the...
and again, it's a high ankle sprain.
Yeah.
And the only reason Mahomes was able to come back on us because he had a 2-week break.
Yeah.
Chad Henne came in and won that game, and then you go to the Super Bowl. So it's not, you know what I mean? It's not like it's a lingering injury.
Yeah.
It lingers. It's not, you're not going to be fully stable until you rest it.
Yeah, it's 2 weeks. And then it's still, hope you don't tweak it.
Yeah, exactly.
But that's about as... But that's one of those things, too, is like, well, his lineman stepped on him. It's like, yeah, but he also hitched. Like, that lineman was doing what he was supposed to do to not lose his position.
Yeah.
That ball should have been out, and he should have been out of there.
Yeah, and in Jacksonville, they play the Browns, Ravens, Bucks, Panthers, Titans. You know, Bucks, Panthers, who knows? Browns, never know about the Browns. Flacco threw some decent passes the other day. I
don't know that they plan on him starting again.
Yeah, I saw that.
Although he's been the best quarterback he's had all year.
Yeah.
It was like, well, he threw that pick. It was like, yeah, but he also completed passes. So,
yeah, exactly. You're not beating the Ravens.
And it's more one of those things of like, you need to figure out why your defense fucking sucks. Like, fucking sucks. Like, they're bad. Like, what is going on?
Yeah, they're bad. So, yeah, who knows? Who knows about them? They could fall off.
And then, when you look at just the fucking ass stomping
the Niners put down on them.
And the fact that wasn't a fucking... Because that's what pissed me off because the Browns played at 4 o'clock. Of like, come on.
Yeah, I know.
What the fuck are we doing?
So, if you've watched games this year, the Eagles' defense isn't what they were last year. You lose a coordinator, you're going to... things are going to change a little bit.
Yeah.
But they haven't been good all year. You knew the Niners were going to do some stuff. I don't know if anybody had the Eagles winning that game.
No.
The Niners proved that they're the number 1 team in the NFC, and fucking Super Bowl,
pumped them, man.
Super Bowl runs through them. It's if they lose a game, it's because they did something.
Had some injuries already. I've seen that stat. When Purdy, McCaffrey, and Trent Williams have all played, they haven't lost.
Yeah.
They've only lost games when one of those guys was hurt.
That's
like,
crazy.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. And they're so, dude. Debo isn't even the leading receiver on the team this year, and he is the most. He's the second most dynamic weapon on your team.
Yeah,
obviously McCaffrey's pretty fucking good, but my God, they're good, and there's
and these people that keep saying like, well, Brock Purdy because anybody can do that. Like, no, they can't because they haven't.
Yeah, exactly.
They didn't. This didn't
Jimmy
look that.
G
Jimmy G didn't look like this.
No, he wouldn't put up
what are you
these numbers.
Trey Lance didn't look like that. I mean,
no. Trey Lance was so bad he screwed his way out of playing football.
Yeah. The Brock Purdy hate, like, and like Orlovsky comes out and said, if Mac Jones was in San Francisco, it would look like, no, it wouldn't. Why can't you just admit that this guy's good?
Yeah. He doesn't turn the ball over, guys.
Stop acting like he was the last fucking pick.
Yeah. He played at Iowa State. That's all you're looking at.
If he was drafted in the second round, they'd be jerking off over top of him.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think that he would like that.
No, probably
but that's
not.
what they would be doing.
No, it'd be too sticky. The issue with it is that he is the last pick, and they have all the weapons.
Yeah.
That's the only reason that you're hating on him.
Yeah.
Because, you could do...
Which I did hear today was when they come out and say that, because Micah Parsons came out and said that of like, I think I could throw to those and stuff like, and he says, I know I'm being out of line here.
Yeah.
It was on his own podcast, and he knew that he was saying shit.
Yeah.
But then the person going, so somebody telling Micah Parsons that Dak is worth a shit, or CD Lamb's, since Dak's so good that CD Lamb fucking sucks then? I mean, because not like they don't have weapons.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean,
they're playing good football.
Yeah.
Dak is now entered into the MVP race because he is actually playing good football when he needs to.
But it's one of those, and they keep talking about it because of the MVP side, and obviously Jalen has some stuff to that. But if you're not gonna give it to the fucking cheetah, which you won't because he's not a quarterback. It's not even a fucking question. It's Brock Purdy. It's not even fucking close.
Exactly. No. But the issue with the Cowboys, go back to Dak, the issue with the Cowboys is if you look at their schedule, they haven't beat over a team over 6 wins.
No.
That's going to be their biggest flaw. They haven't beat anybody any good.
That was one that Annie Agar or whatever you pronounce it, she does the team meetings, and she's like, it was, congratulations, Dallas. You finally beat a team with a winning record.
Yes,
and then she goes, the Jets are 1-0 when we beat them.
Yeah. It's funny.
I think she's funny.
Yeah, she is funny.
That's a good, but the only thing that bothers me, and I don't understand why phones can't fix that, is obvious when you film yourself in the selfie mode, everything's
flipped.
It's mirrored.
Yeah.
Of like, it bothers, hey, all the logos are backwards.
Yeah.
Please figure that. Just I know you have to be able to touch it, but there's got to be something like you're doing good enough that like, can we fix that?
Yeah. Damn.
And she's got some big boobs.
Yeah, she does.
I like looking at them. I wonder where those nipples are. I always like to play the nipple game.
Yeah.
Wonder where the exact location of that nipple is.
Yeah, high riser.
What do you think?
More middle of the pack.
Yeah,
a little droopy.
Are you pointing out?
Yeah,
pointing in. Where's it at?
Yeah. Oh man, it'll be
I
interesting
wish that was
these
a
next
joke,
couple
but
weeks.
That is the game that I play. I know, and every guy is going,
yeah, no, totally.
Yeah, I wonder where that nipple is.
That's a good point. So we turn the air up.
What are you guys thinking about that stuff?
Exactly.
And if Jeffrey Dahmer used seasoning, obviously.
Funny. But it should be a fun next couple weeks with with the NFL.
Yeah, it's go time. It's fucking December.
Yep.
Which sucks.
Yeah, it does. It's like God damn it. What are we going to do?
That's what I told my brother. I was down at Sean's house watching the game Saturday. Of like, we wait all year and the season's over.
Yeah.
All year for
all year for this.
College football and stuff. Like, and the season's over already.
Season's over. Yep. New year.
Yep.
Done.
It's over.
Done. Fuck. We're back to nothing.
Yeah.
Damn it.
All right. Well, that's all I got about football. I do have thought we'd do something. I didn't text you about it, and I'm sorry for that.
It's okay.
But I'm always a good would you rather guy. And I had this thought the other day when I should have been working.
Yeah.
But I wasn't.
Go ahead.
So it's a would you rather. Obviously, it's a different type of question for people like me and you.
Yeah.
but I think some of the listeners will be able to weigh in.
Okay.
So, and it's like more of a Christmas edition.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Okay.
Cool. Getting festive.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
Would you rather walk in?
This can't be Christmas.
Would you rather walk in on Santa Claus and 4 elves
Okay.
running a train on your mother?
All right. The elves, guys.
However you want to think. However you want to think.
I don't know if that makes it better or worse.
I don't know that it does. Or walk in on your father blowing Santa.
I mean, I think the obvious one is mom.
I feel like everybody answers it that way.
It's got to be the
like,
mom.
There's a bunch of elves and stuff in here. But
It's just trying to get me good presents. That's all it is. That's all it is. That's all it
I
is.
just had that because it kicked in my mind because I was watching TikTok. I get on a lot of those, like just the telling joke shows, where it's just like try not to laugh shit, which is just fucking great, man. I love those things. So many good jokes out there.
Yes, yeah.
So many good jokes.
Oh yeah. I saw the one Would You Rather, and it was kind of the same essence, kind of, but it was Would you rather be your dad's in your dad's body banging your mom, or your mom's body getting banged by your dad? And I was like, I think I choose death. This is an impossible question.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, that like some of those of I don't like the ones where it involves you, where it's not a walk-in situation of like, hey, when it involves you and incest, that's come on, that's you're not being serious.
Serious, yeah.
Would you rather $8?
Oh,
but yeah, there's a lot of those. Like there, you got the Australian people.
Yes, those are funny.
That's funny, and there's some like that are in England or whatever, where it's like the white set, and they have to do a shot if they laugh. Those are funny.
Yep.
I find that one girl with a long face attractive for some reason. I don't know why.
She like a brunette.
Yeah,
yeah.
I don't know. Like she just has a long face. I don't know why that's. You have a very long face.
Where her nipples are.
I can't tell. It's never a good shot.
No, they are. They are funny. The one dude with like the sleeve always laughs.
Yeah.
Like before you even get the fucking joke out.
Like it'll get to the point where I'll just, if he's telling, I'll just scroll off at him. I was like, dude, you're not even going to get the joke out.
Yeah.
And like by the time you do, it's not funny anymore.
No, it's like,
The Asian guy.
Yeah, he's funny.
Is fucking hilarious.
The straight face shit that he does. Yeah. Very funny. Very funny.
Well, I know one guy of like, because he always makes fun of the girl that's his partner, and he's like, and she's like, we're on the same team.
Yeah.
You just keep shitting on me.
Yeah. Oh,
but
man.
I think the Australians were the first ones I seen that with, and then it's obviously gotten bigger. But,
yeah.
But they have like a whole fucking crew.
I know. It's crazy.
Like I feel like we should be able to. I don't have any friends. Yeah. But like I know a couple people.
Yeah, we could do that.
Do that.
Sit around, just try to make each other laugh.
Get canceled immediately because we take it way too far.
Yeah, way too far.
Would you rather?
Yeah. Oh man.
Shit. Well, man, this will be a shorty today. I don't have much else for you.
Me either.
Let's get out of here.
WideSide.